What's going on? Back plugged in again with your boy the Prophet. So today it is the start of the 1,000-year Blood War. So to commemorate that, and I summarized the entire Bleach anime in about 12 minutes. If you guys enjoy this content, please make sure you get it to 10,000 likes. If we can get that like goal, I will then break down every single arc in its own 12-minute video. And if you could support me on TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter, I'll definitely appreciate that. We will have exclusive content for all those websites if you do want to support. Now, for the recap of Bleach in 12 minutes. Our story begins with the substitute arc. Our story starts with Ichigo Kurosaki, 15-year-old high schooler who has the ability to see ghosts. One fateful night, a Shinigami named Ruki Ikuchiki steps into his window as it's being attacked by a spirit monster known as a Hollow. She then exchanges blows with this Hollow. In her weakened state, she tells Ichigo that he must take her power temporarily in order to save his family. This inexplicably drains almost all of her power, resulting in her having to stay there more permanently than she had anticipated. Also training Ichigo in how to be a Soul Reaper properly so that he can do her duties. Another new classmate, Uri Rishida, declares that he and Ichigo will have a battle, that he is the last known Quincy and he will defeat Ichigo, killing Hollows. This makes an abnormally large amount of Hollows, and Ichigo's friends, Chad and Orihime, then get exposed to Hollows and defend them and end up getting powers of their own. Ichigo and Uryu then decide to team up fight the Hollows, as there's a huge Hollow called a Menos Grande that neither one of them can take by themselves. The Menos Grande then launches his final attack called a Sero. Ichigo then uses his Zanpakuto, Zangetsu, to withstand and repel the attack from the Menos Grande, striking it, wounding it, and making it retreat. Renji Ibara and Byakuya Kuchiki from the Soul Society were sent to bring back Rukia since she had given her powers to Ichigo, which led up to one of the most badass moments in all of anime history.
Is he coming? I can't tell if I was hit from the back or the front.
Yeah, that's a little weird there.
You're slow. Even when you are falling.
Ruki admits to her wrongs, and then they take her prisoner. Enter the Soul Society arc. Enter Kisuke Urahara, a small-time candy shop owner in Karakura Town. He heals Ichigo and tells him that he can give him and his friends a trip to Soul Society to save Ruki for being executed. Now, Ichigo is motivated by protecting his friends, so of course he's going to be down to save Rukia. That's his first priority. Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, and Uryu all set off to the Soul Society to save their friend, Ruki Ikuchiki. They all get split up and have to go their separate ways. This sets up multiple fights, including a rematch with Renji Ibara, who he fought originally to save Ruki. As several other fights are breaking out, Ichigo runs into a captain-class Shinigami named Kenpachi Zaraki. This dude is an absolute demon, one of the most Black Air Force energy encapsulated characters in anime history. Ichigo and Kenpachi Zaraki fight to a draw, but Kenpachi pretty much admits his defeat. A wounded Ichigo wakes up to his friend who came with him as a cat transformed into one of the, you already know the vibe, you know what I mean? She tells Ichigo she's going to help him train to maintain his Bankai, which is his second sword release. He has to essentially fight to the death to master his Bankai. Otherwise, there's no way he's going to succeed on his mission. It's at this time that we're exposed to the very first Bankai of the series, Captain of Squad 12, Mayuri Kuretsuchi, who had actually butchered Uryu's granddad and many other Quincy, unlocking his final power and giving us one of the best early battles in Bleach.
Bankai.
Attack!
Monster kill.
After several days of training to master his Bankai, Ichigo then stops the Executioner Blade from killing Rukia. Then Ichigo turns into Peyton Manning, drops Rukia off in the pocket like he's on the 10-yard line. Ichigo slaps up a couple lieutenants unarmed. Then we finally get to hear those epic words.
Bankai!
During their fight to the death, both at their top level Bankai, Ichigo then interrupted by his inner hollow, damages Byakuya. The captains of squad 8 and 13 then fight the head captain Yoruichi, who was the previous captain of squad 2, fights the current captain of squad 2, Soifon. Sasuke Aizen, the captain of squad 5, has seemingly been murdered. Meanwhile, the captain of squad 10 went to further investigate by going to Central 46, finding out that Captain Aizen faked his death in order to secure his evil plan. Concluding our final battle with Ichigo and Byakuya, Ichigo wins and Byakuya decides to stop chasing him, saying that he would never put family before duty ever again. Meanwhile, Sasuke Aizen, Gin Ichimaru, and Kaname Tosen all come to crash the party, announcing that they're going to snatch the Hogyoku, which has been dormant inside of Rukia, shattering any bonds or ties that they may have had to the Soul Society, announcing that they are now going to ascend past the level of any captain in the past by mixing their power with the Hogyoku. Everyone heals up after one of the most insane arcs in anime history, since the damage would have been way worse if Ichigo and his friends wouldn't have been there to help. To show their thanks, they give him a Soul Reaper badge, which will allow him to activate his Soul Reaper powers anytime he wants, setting up our next arc, the Arrancar arc. After returning home from his mission in the Soul Society, Ichigo is confronted by Shinji Hirako, who tells him that he's a member of the Visors and they can help control his inner hollow. Shortly after declining Shinji's offer, humanoid hollows called Arrancar started draining the life force out of civilians and attacking Ichigo's friends. Ichigo then shows up burdened by his inner hollow. Basically was a walking punching bag. Until Urahara Kisuke and Yoruichi Shihoen show up to save his ass. They then retreat after saying Ichigo pretty much is trash and he's not worth the effort. Ichigo, feeling very down about himself, decides to take Shinji up on his offer to get help training his inner hollow. After more rigorous training, Ichigo does get some control over his inner hollow after almost massacring a few people. More Arrancars invade later on. After Ichigo gets some training, several battles take place. And Grimmjow, Espada number 6, shows up and beats the living shit out of Ichigo. Following these battles, Espada number 4 shows up, kidnaps Orihime, gives her a bracelet, tells her she has 24 hours to say goodbye. She heals Ichigo before she goes, and then, of course, Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad end up making their way to Wako Mundo. They all have a couple battles to show off their new powers, and then they end up winning, exploring the endless desert of Wako Mundo. Then we finally get a shot of all the Espada at one time. Ichigo and his friends wander until they find a girl named Nell, who pretty much leads them to the Tower of Wako Mundo with their friends. Rukia and Renji then show up, giving them some backup, because it's going to be pretty needed as they're all going to have major battles in the Tower of Wako Mundo. Enter Espada number 8, Xalaporo Grants. Renji and Uryu have a fight pretty much to the death to try to take him down. Rukia barely takes down Espada number 9, almost with costing her life. Ichigo finally meets up with Okiura, who was the one Aizen sent to take Orihime. Unfortunately, our main character Ichigo Kurosaki is overpowered drastically, and Okiura puts a hole directly through his chest. Grimmjow, being the Chad that he is, kidnaps Orihime, throws Okiura in prison for a couple of hours just so he could fight Ichigo at full power. He makes Orihime heal him from the dead, basically rejecting the reality, just so they could have a final showdown, with Grimmjow showing off his resurrection, which is his final form that he never got to fight Ichigo in, just to get his ass whooped. The Fade ran in one of the most epic battles of the series. Then Espada number 5, Noitora Gilga, cheap shots Ichigo while he's weak. Then we're introduced to the full-powered Nell, who turns to her regular adult form, starts whooping the shit out of Noitora until her transformation runs out. Ichigo and all of his friends are pretty much sitting ducks until reinforcement comes. Captain of Squad 11, Kenpachi Zaraki, Captain of Squad 6, Byakuya Kuji, Captain of Squad 4, Retsu Nahana, Captain of Squad 12, Mayuri Kuratsuchi.
And that's when they start killing characters left and right, dog!
He's just standing there.
Killed! Killed!
Again. In about 100 years.
Killed! That was a 4-for-1, dog. One up the That's a straight 4-for-1, dog.
Kenpachi then tells Orihime to heal him and then Ichigo, but before she can do that, she's taken by Espada number 1, Coyote Stark.
That Gotcha, bitch.
But as soon as the Soul Reaper sent reinforcements, they have played directly into Aizen's hands. This dude is literally 30 steps ahead of everybody. He then seals all the captains and Ichigo inside Wako Mundo. He then sets forth to invading Katakura Town, which is a spiritual pressure dense area in which he's going to use to forge a key to kill the Soul King. But the Soul Reapers had a plan of their own. They set up a final battle with the remaining Espada and the remaining captains and lieutenants of the Gotei 13. Orihime is then left with Ukiura, who Ichigo rushes like he did just kill you. Ukiura really overpowers Ichigo and kills him once again. Orihime screams for Ichigo to wake up. He then unlocks a power called his Inner Hollow, which has a complete, absolute monster battle of epic proportions. Ichigo completely loses control of himself, but before he does so, lands a killing blow on Ukiura. With the regenerative powers of his Inner Hollow, he's once again healed from the death. While making their way to the Battle of Katakura Town, it's revealed that Ichigo is the key to defeating Aizen because he's never seen the release of his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Soigetsu, which is complete 5-sense hypnosis that lasts forever. Advisors and the captains get absolutely slaughtered, one-man army style on some straight Madara Uchiha. Until Ichigo finally comes to save the day, attacking Aizen in what he thought to be his blind spot to no avail. Kisuke, Ichigo's dad, and Yoruichi all show up to fight Aizen to no avail. Meanwhile, Gin and Aizen go ahead for the real Katakura Town. To show that he had truly evolved, Aizen kills a being which was thought to be unkillable. This world essentially acts as a hyperbolic time chamber. Gin then turns on Aizen after he had been plotting since Aizen hurt Rangiku very long ago. With his insane power boost, Ichigo is finally ready to fight the final Aizen.
You will.
Behold one of the greatest battles in anime history. At this point, Aizen is fused with the Hogoku, so he cannot die. Ichigo uses all of his Soul Reaper power to deliver a final blow, allowing Kisuke to seal him and imprison him permanently. The Fullbring arc. Ichigo's spiritual pressure is slowly dissipating. He doesn't want to accept it. And then he's ran into the original substitute Soul Reaper, Kuo Ginjo, who tells Ichigo he can bring his powers back through the means of unlocking his Fullbring. After manipulating the mind of Ichigo and all of his friends, he completely maxes out his Fullbring abilities just for them to be robbed again. But right at that moment, Rukia then stabs him in the back to restore his powers with a gift from the Soul Society.
Renji, Byakuya, Toshiro, Kenpachi, Ikaku.
Now and forever supercharged with the Ryetsu of some of the most powerful captains available, Ichigo finally set up the battle to kill Kugo Ginjo once and for all, ending the Fullbring arc and concluding the anime for now until tomorrow when the 1,000-year Blood War returns.
I'll make a wish. All them people done that